Peter, I know you're going to keep an eye on it. Well, joining us now with her take, Republican Senator Kay Bailey Hutchison from Texas. Senator, nearly everyone agrees that Social Security and Medicare must be fixed to avoid insolvency at some future date, yet Washington can't agree on how to do it. Are we ever going to come up to an agreement ever?
You know, I hope so, and the key is going to be that it is bipartisan, that the president is at the table. I think it's stunning, truly, that none of the 4 budget plans that are on the table deal with Social Security. The only one that really deals with Medicare is now being sort of made a scapegoat. And I think if we don't deal with Medicare and Social Security as well as Medicaid, then we're never going to have a responsible approach to getting the debt down.
You know, Senator Peter Barnes, who we just had on, called the whole process after last night's vote dead, 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 dead. And if you could throw in 10 more deads out there. Is that where we stand right now in regard to being able to fix these entitlements along with the budget plan? Or do we just kind of put them on the back burner, work on this budget, and then find another way to fix these?
It can't be dead, dead, dead. I mean, I think we saw from the overhearing of the conversation between Paul Ryan and President Bill Clinton that everyone agrees it can't be dead, and entitlements are the only true fix. I've been working on Social Security and looking at it. We could close the gap, the 75-year gap in Social Security, and make it completely solvent by gradually increasing the age a little more in retirement, which I think most people agree is just common sense, the way we live today and the health that we have today, and then adjust the cost of living a little bit, 1% or less, and that would cover it. No new taxes, no new big benefit cuts. It's just a simple, I think, solution, and no one is willing to touch it, except I'm going to start going forward and talking about it.
Well, Senator, I mean, that being said, you're saying that how no one is still addressing Social Security, I mean, and raising the age for these entitlements. I mean, what are you hearing from your colleagues in Washington? Everybody's talking about it. Everybody says they're willing to do it, but it doesn't seem like anybody's willing to act on it. Maybe you.
I am looking at a proposal now, and one that we've gotten the numbers from Social Security Administration that say it would close the gap. A number of my colleagues are very interested in it. They are wary, anyone is wary of going forward without some buy-in from the president and from the Democrats. And the Democrats have said to me that they won't buy in unless you have an increase in the taxes. We don't need an increase in the taxes. I think that would hurt the economy. It would hurt creation of jobs. I'm not going to be for something that increases taxes, but just adjusting the cost of living so you keep the core benefits, but you adjust the cost of living so that it's just a little bit less, and you raise the age up to 69 over a long period of time, above 2030, then you, I think, have a solution that people can say, okay, we can give a little on the age because it makes sense that we're living longer and working longer.
What about in the short term with us about hitting our ceiling? Where do you see that going, and what are some of the solutions that are being worked out so that we don't have our financial markets thrown up into a whole mess?
Well, I think that there is a disconnect, frankly, between what the president is saying, as if it's going to be the earth falling if the debt limit is not raised, and yet not being able to come to the accommodations to make significant changes that would ease the opportunity for ever having to do this again, which none of us want. And secondly, I think it is very important that Republicans believe that we can set the priorities. We can spend the revenue that we have coming in to cover the interest so there would not be a default, and to cover the priorities in government until we have real reform that is going to show that we will not have to raise the debt ceiling in the future.
Thank you, Senator. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
Republican Senator Kay Bailey Hutchison from the great state of Texas. Our Boeing share is about to take off. We may get Sandra Smith to put on that hot, sexy protective eyewear again.